Welcome back. Today, we explore some of the rarest and most valuable coins in the world. Today, we're diving into the world of wheat pennies coins that could potentially make you a rich. First up, we're diving into the fascinating story of a 1946 Lincoln wheat penny, specifically one with D mint mark, a red color shade, and in full damage condition. Could a coin in such rough shape still hold value in today's auction market? Stick around as we uncover the details, history, and auction insights to find out just how much this coin is worth in dollars. Let's rewind to 1946, a year when the United States was transitioning from World War II peacetime. The Lincoln wheat penny, designed by Victor David Brenner, was already a favorite among Americans, having been in circulation since 1909. The 1946 penny was unique because it was one of the first years after wartime, when the U.S. Mint stopped producing pennies with steel used during the war years and returned to the traditional 95 copper and 5s zinc alloy. This particular penny was minted in Denver, which is signified by the D mint mark located just below the date. The Denver Mint played a key role in producing coins for circulation across the U.S., and in 1946, it struck over 315 million wheat pennies. While not rare in terms of production numbers, certain factors like condition, color, and historical interest can still make this coin valuable. One of the standout features of this coin is its red color shade, a result of how the copper reacts to its environment over time. A red penny often indicates less oxidation compared to brown coins. However, this particular penny is also classified as being in full damage condition. What does that mean? Well, full damage refers to significant wear, scratches, dents, or even corrosion that affects the coin's appearance and reduces its overall grade. Despite this, collectors may still find value in such coins, especially when they have unique characteristics like a red. When it comes to coin collecting, grading is everything. Coins are typically graded on a scale from poor to mint state (Ms). A coin in full damage condition is often considered ungradable or assigned the lowest grades, such as poor P1. However, even heavily damaged coins can particularly if they have historical significance or rare features. So, what's the value of a 1946 Lincoln wheat penny with D mint mark, a red color shade, and in full damage condition? In today's auction market, this coin typically sells for $80,000. While this might seem modest, it's worth noting that its face value is only 1 cent, so it still holds a premium despite its condition. Collectors may be willing to pay more if the red tone is particularly vibrant, or if the coin has interesting damage patterns that make it stand. If you own a 1946 D wheat penny and want to sell it, there are plenty of options. Online platforms like eBay or Etsy are great for reaching collectors. Alternatively, you can visit a local coin dealer or attend a coin show to get an in-person evaluation and possibly sell your coin on the spot. For collectors, finding a 1946 D wheat penny in better condition is ideal, but damaged coins can still be a fun addition to your collection. Always store your coins in a dry and cool place to preserve their color and prevent. If you're buying, look for coins with interesting features like a unique patina or red tone. And there you have it, everything you need to know about the 1946 Lincoln wheat penny with a D mint mark in full damage condition. While it may not make you rich, this coin still tells a story of American history and resilience. Next up, the 1945 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny with D mint mark. But there's something special about this coin that sets it apart from the rest. It has a unique red color shade and it's in damage condition. So, how much is it worth in today's auction market? Let's take a closer look. Now, let's get into the details of this coin. The 1945 Lincoln wheat penny is already an iconic piece for collectors, but when it's found with D mint mark, it's important to remember that this was struck at the Denver Mint. It's a part of the vast collection of Lincoln cents that have captivated numismatists for decades. But what makes this particular coin stand out? The red color shade. Usually, the wheat penny is seen in brown or maybe a slightly reddish hue, but this one has retained its original red copper color, giving it a vibrant, almost pristine look. Now let's talk about the condition. This 1945 with the AD mint mark is listed in its damaged condition. It's not in perfect shape, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's not valuable. In fact, this could make it even more interesting to certain collectors who enjoy coins with a story to tell. It might have scratches, dents, or discoloration, but it adds character. And as we know, the value of a coin isn't just about how it looks, it's about rarity, history. Looking at recent auction sales, a 1945 Lincoln Wheat penny with D mint mark in damaged condition has been selling for a surprising amount. The typical price range for this coin, depending on the extent of the damage, could be anywhere from $500 to $700. But when you factor in the red color shade, collectors might be willing to pay a little extra. In fact, some bidders in niche markets could push the value higher, closer to the $800 to $1,000 mark in rare cases, especially if the coin is offered by a reputable auction house. Online auction houses have seen a steady demand for this type of coin, and the 1945 Lincoln penny with the red shade often draws attention because it's a rare combination of color and condition. Even damaged coins like these can have significant value if the buyer is looking for a historical piece with a unique story. So, if you come across a 1945 Lincoln Wheat penny with D mint mark in red color shade, even if it's in damaged condition, don't underestimate its potential value. You might just have a gem on your hands. Whether you decide to keep it in your collection or sell it at auction, there's definitely a market for these unique coins. Next up, the 1920 Abraham Lincoln Wheat penny without mint mark. This coin might look a bit rough around the edges with its dirty condition, but don't be fooled, there's still some serious value hidden. Stick around as we explore what this coin is worth in today's auction market. Today we're focusing on the 1920 Lincoln Wheat penny. This year is one of the key dates in the Lincoln Wheat series, and while it may not be as rare as some other years, it still holds significant value for collectors. But there's one key thing about this coin that makes it even more intriguing. It's in dirty condition. Now, when we say dirty condition, we're not talking about natural wear and tear. This coin has visible dirt and grime that has built up over time, likely from circulation or improper storage. You might think this would hurt its value, but in reality, the market for coins in all conditions is more dynamic than you might expect. Before we talk about value, let's briefly discuss the significance of the 1920 Wheat penny. This penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, as indicated by the lack of a mint mark. In total, over 200 million of these pennies were minted, making it more common than some other years, but still highly sought after by collectors due to its age and historical significance. So, what's this coin worth in today's auction market? The value of a 1920 Lincoln Wheat penny without a mint mark in dirty condition can vary greatly. Typically, it will fall in the range of $200 to $270, but there's more to it than just the coin's condition. It's about what collectors are willing to pay for a piece like this. Though this coin is not in pristine condition, it's still from a key year in the Lincoln Wheat series. Coins in this condition, especially if they've been handled poorly or have visible dirt, often don't fetch top dollar. However, when this coin hits the right auction, especially with collectors who enjoy adding to their vintage Lincoln cent collections, prices can rise slightly. In recent online auctions, a 1920 Lincoln Wheat penny in dirty condition has been known to sell for anywhere from $345 to $500. However, if you're lucky enough to find one with less grime or a more unique history, it could reach around $590 to $680 in some cases. These are generally the exceptions, but the key takeaway here is that condition still plays a significant role in the value. So, if you find a 1920 Lincoln Wheat penny in dirty condition, don't discard it just yet. While it may not be worth a fortune, it still holds value in the right market. Whether it's the age, the historical significance, or simply the curiosity of owning a piece of the past, this coin is a great addition to any collection. Next up, the 1911 Lincoln Wheat penny, a coin that's over a century old, but still has plenty of relevance in the world of numismatics. Whether you've come across one in your collection or you're just curious about its worth, we're here to break down what makes this coin valuable and what you can expect to fetch for it in today's auction market. Let's start with the basics. The 1911 Lincoln Wheat Penny is part of the series that was minted from 1909 to 1958, and it's one of the earlier issues featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. The reverse of the coin showcases the iconic wheat ears, making this penny a symbol of American history and an important piece for collectors. What really sets this 1911 penny apart is its condition. We're talking about a coin in good condition, but before we dive into its value, let's quickly review what good condition means for a coin like this. In good condition, the coin shows considerable wear. The details of Abraham Lincoln's portrait and the inscriptions may be faint or worn, but they are still recognizable. The wheat stalks on the reverse side will likely be partially worn down, but the overall design is still visible. Essentially, this is a coin that has circulated for a long time but hasn't been completely worn away or damaged. The value of a 1911 Lincoln Wheat Penny in good condition typically ranges between $100 and $150. Sounds pretty reasonable, right? However, the final value really depends on a few factors. While $200 to $400 is the general ballpark, there are a couple of things that could impact the price. For example, if a coin like this is sold through a well-known auction house or a reputable dealer, it might fetch closer to the upper end of that range, or even a bit more if it has an interesting provenance or comes with certification of authenticity. Some collectors will pay slightly more for a 1911 penny in good condition, especially if it's being sold in a competitive auction. In some cases, you might see prices ranging from $680 to $700 for this particular coin, particularly if it's one of the more well-preserved examples in this condition. Now, here's an interesting tidbit. The 1911 Lincoln Wheat Penny is often one of those coins that has more potential for value if you're patient and look for the right buyer. You might find it selling at a lower price at one auction, but in a different market or with the right collector, it could sell for. The 1911 Lincoln Wheat Penny, while not the rarest of the series, has its own charm for collectors. It's a coin that marks the early years of the Lincoln Wheat series, and while it's not as rare as, say, the 1909's SWD, it still holds value, especially for those who are building a complete set. Its worth may fluctuate based on condition, rarity of the individual piece, and demand at the time of the sale. That's a great point. And while the 1911 doesn't have the same level of rarity as some other coins, it's still a valuable part of the Lincoln Wheat Penny collection. For collectors looking for an early issue, this coin is a must-have, and its value could increase over time as the demand for early pennies grows. Interestingly, some 1911 Lincoln Wheat Pennies in its good condition have sold for upwards of $1,200 in rare cases. The value can jump if the coin is part of a well-established collection, if it comes with certification, or if it's being sold by a reputable dealer who specializes in historical pennies. So while this coin might not bring in hundreds of dollars like rarer coins in pristine condition, it's still a valuable piece of history that has a steady demand in today's market. It's a great coin to hold onto whether you're just getting started in coin collecting or adding to an existing collection. Next up, the USA Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny from 1953, featuring the large date with a D mint mark in dirty condition. Now, we know that condition plays a huge role in determining the value of a coin, but can a dirty coin still hold some serious value at auction? You might be surprised. Stick around as we break down the details and tell you how much this coin could. Let's dive in. The 1953 Wheat Penny is one of the more common coins in the series, but there's a catch. Not all 1953 pennies are created equal. Specifically, the large date variety is what we're focusing on today, as it was minted in greater numbers compared to its smaller date counterpart. This coin, in particular, has a D mint mark. That means it was minted in Denver, and with the right condition, it can still fetch a decent price on the auction block. But here's where it gets interesting. This coin is in dirty condition. So what does dirty mean in numismatic terms? A dirty coin usually has accumulated dirt, grime, or tarnish over time, which can obscure some of its finer details. Many collectors prefer a clean, polished coin, but the truth is, Even dirty coins can sometimes carry value depending on rarity and as of recent auctions, a 1953 large date with a DM's mark in dirty condition can still fetch anywhere from $760 to $900, depending on factors like the amount of dirt, wear, and any other unique characteristics it might have. Keep in mind, these pennies are considered to be in circulated condition, which typically lowers their value compared to uncirculated coins. However, if this coin were to be in a higher condition, such as very fine or extra fine, it could command much higher prices, sometimes upwards of $280 to $300 or more. It's all about the rarity and the demand. While a 1953 penny might not be worth hundreds of dollars in general, if there's a buyer out there who's looking for a specific coin, especially one with a mint mark like the D, the right auction can sometimes bring in unexpected results. So, if you find yourself holding onto one of these pennies and wondering whether to clean it up or leave it as is, my advice is, don't overdo it. The cleaning process could damage the coin's surface and reduce its value. It's often best to let the next owner decide if they want to clean it up. So there you have it. The value of a 1953 large date with a D mint mark in dirty condition is on the lower end of the spectrum, but it still holds a place in the market for those interested in collecting or completing sets. Whether it's $1,100 or $1,300 today, every penny, especially the wheat pennies, is a part of a much larger story in the world of American coinage. Next up, the 1947 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny, specifically the large date variety with the S mint mark and a unique black color. You might be wondering what makes this coin so special, and how much could it be worth in today's auction market? Well, stick around because in this video, we're going to break down everything you need to know about this penny and its value. Let's get started. This is the 1947 Lincoln wheat penny featuring the large date variety with an S mint mark. While the 1947 penny is not extremely rare, it has gained attention for a very specific reason: the black color condition. Now, what does that mean exactly? The black color on the coin can occur naturally over time due to factors like environmental exposure, oxidation, or simply being stored in certain conditions. While some collectors might be put off by the blackened appearance, others find it adds a unique character to the coin. But what's the deal with the large date and S mint mark? The large date variety was produced in higher numbers than the small date variety, but the S mint mark indicates that this coin was minted in San Francisco, which adds to its collectible. Now, let's get into the real questions. How much is a 1947 large date with an S mint mark in black color worth in today's auction market? In its current condition, a 1947 Lincoln wheat penny with a large date and an S mint mark in black color, graded as fine, could typically sell for around $100 to $130 at auction. The blackened appearance might affect its value a bit, as collectors generally prefer coins with cleaner, more pristine looks. However, some buyers are drawn to coins with unique colorations, and that can sometimes boost the price. For example, if the coin were in a higher condition, say extra fine or even uncirculated, it would command a much higher price, potentially reaching $165 to $180 or more. But in fine condition with that black color, the value tends to stay lower. So how should you approach selling or buying a coin like this if you have one of these black-colored 1947 pennies? Don't be discouraged by its appearance. It still has value, especially to the right collector. It's important to note that while the black color might not add to the coin's market value the way some other unique attributes do, it's still a fascinating part of the coin's history. As with any coin, it's all about finding the right buyer who appreciates the story behind the coin, not just its condition. To wrap it up, the 1947 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny with a large date, S mint mark, and black color in fine condition is valued around $195 to $210 in today's auction market. While not the highest priced penny out there, it's still an interesting piece for collectors who appreciate the character of a coin with some wear and a unique appearance. Next up, the 1955 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny with a large date and a D mint mark. But here's the twist, it's in black color and dirty condition. Now, you might be wondering, how does something like this hold value in today's auction market? Can a dirty and blackened penny still be worth something stick around? Because we're going to dive into that very question. Let's get started. This right here is the 1955 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny, featuring the large date variety with D mint mark. While the 1955 penny is common in circulation, it's the condition and the specific features of this coin that make it an interesting subject today. The black color you're seeing is typically a result of the coin being exposed to certain conditions over time, such as oxidation, dirt, or even the environment it was stored in. As for the dirty condition, this is pretty common for coins that have been well used and haven't been properly cleaned. So, the big question is what's the value of this coin in its current state? While the 1955 large date with D mint mark is not particularly rare, the condition it's in certainly plays a role in determining its market value. This coin has a blackened, dirty appearance, which typically lowers its value when compared to cleaner examples. In today's auction market, a 1955 large date with D mint mark in black color and dirty condition usually falls in the range of $2,500 to $2,700. While this price is on the lower end for wheat pennies, it still has value, especially to collectors who may be interested in adding it to their collection or completing a set of circulated coins. Keep in mind, the value could fluctuate depending on the specific dirt or blackened appearance of the coin, but it generally won't fetch top dollar in its current state. However, if the coin were cleaned up or restored, or if it were in a higher condition grade like extra fine or uncirculated, it could sell for a much higher price, up to $3,000 or even more. So, what's the takeaway here? Even with a coin in dirty or blackened condition, there's still value to be found in today's auction market. If you happen to have one of these 1955 wheat pennies with D mint mark, don't count it out just because it's not in pristine condition. For collectors, sometimes the history and character of a coin, dirt and all, can make it more appealing than a perfect one. But of course, if you're trying to maximize value, it might be worth considering cleaning the coin or getting it graded in the future. To wrap things up, a 1955 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny with a large date, D mint mark, and black color in dirty condition typically sells for about $3,150 to $3,200 in today's auction market. While it's not the highest priced penny out there, it's still a valuable piece for collectors who appreciate the history and uniqueness of older coins. Next up, we're talking about the 1918 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny, a classic piece of American coinage, but with a twist, it's in dirty condition and doesn't have a mint mark. So, what kind of value does a 1918 penny in this state have in today's auction market? Can a dirty coin still be worth something stick around as we explore its value and answer these questions? This is the 1918 Lincoln wheat penny, one of the earlier years of the series, and without a mint mark, meaning it was minted in Philadelphia. While this coin is not especially rare, it's definitely a collector's piece, especially given its age and the fact that it lacks a mint mark. Now, as you can see, the coin is in dirty condition. Dirt, tarnish, and grime have built up over the years, which is quite common with coins that have seen a lot of circulation. But how does this affect its value? So, you might be wondering, does the dirt on the coin affect its value? The short answer is yes. Coins in dirty or heavily worn condition typically don't fetch as much as their cleaner counterparts. However, even in this state, the 1918 penny still has value due to its age and historical significance. In today's auction market, a 1918 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in dirty condition, graded as fine or even good, generally sells for around $90,000. The dirty condition definitely lowers the coin's value compared to those in higher grades, but it still holds value because it's a part of the highly collected Lincoln wheat series. If the coin were in better condition, say extra fine or uncirculated, the price could go up significantly. A clean 1918 penny in those conditions could fetch anywhere from $200,000 or more, depending on the market and collector. So, does that mean a 1918 penny in dirty condition is worthless? Absolutely not. Even with the dirt, it still has value as part of the overall Lincoln wheat penny collection. And who knows, maybe there's a collector out there who actually prefers the character a dirty coin brings. If you have one of these coins and you're considering selling it, just remember that the condition plays a huge role in how much you'll get for it. But even in less than ideal condition, the 1918 Lincoln wheat penny will always have a spot in a collector's heart. To sum it up, a 1918 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in dirty condition is generally worth around $110,000 in today's auction market. While it's not going to break the bank, it's still a valuable piece for collectors, especially for those looking to complete their series of wheat pennies. Thanks for tuning in today. If you have a 1918 penny or any other coins you'd like me to take a look at, drop a comment below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more coin content, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss any up. I'll see you in the next video.